Are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. And so, how long have you been homeless?
For about a year now.
A year. And
Yes.
so, what was it that happened a year ago that made you become homeless?
Just getting in trouble a lot. You know, people not wanting me to be, in their house because of
Was
not
family
able,
members?
family members, other relatives,
I mean, what type of stuff was you doing?
just bad stuff.
Like what?
Like I done caught robbery charges. I done robbed people. I done did stuff that I had no business doing that make people not even want to trust me. That got me outside. So
You say rob
Okay.
people.
So is that some form of accountability, or he said, "Why can't you go back?" And she pretty much said, "Why?" I guess.
Yeah, to an extent. She said she robbing people. No, you robbing, stealing people. You can't stay in no one's house by yourself because you're gonna burglarize and walk out with their shit. Yeah, so
Young girl, 22, says she's been homeless for a year.
look
That's
at her.
rough.
Can y'all please pay attention to all of the homeless individuals that come up here, especially the women? A homeless man, I'm sorry, I really don't give a damn. But homeless women, this is a problem because there's nothing more defenseless than a homeless woman. And being a black man, the last thing we want to see is these homeless black women. But please observe, look at every last one of them that showed up here. Tattoos, eyelashes, crazy hair, this is the second one we did with the septum piercing. Can y'all please see where this mindset gets y'all, this rebel without a cause mindset? Y'all got it. See, look where it gets y'all. Come on, please pay attention to this. Look at this woman. She looked like she could be in any hood near you, but she homeless. She 22, been homeless for a year. People don't trust her because she out here scheming and scamming, and it's simply not to be trusted. She acknowledged that. Well, she didn't say I'm not to be trusted. She said, they don't trust me because I'm out here robbing, catching robbery charges. But stop saying that. Stop saying I caught a charge. No, you did the shit. You did it. You didn't just catch a charge. The charge that
She like she belonging like Mad Max,
man,
like Mad Max wife.
Yeah, she real rap. She looked like she belong in some old post-apocalyptic movie, some old rogue warrior type deal. And that's what today's young modern woman aspires to be, living on their own terms, all that free spirit, all that. It don't turn out well. Trust me.
did stuff that I had no business doing that make people not even want to trust me. That got me outside. So
You say rob people. You talking about armed robbery?
yeah,
With like a gun?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. And so, have you been to jail for any of that stuff?
yeah.
When was the last time you went to jail?
It's been it's been about a couple months now. I say about 7 months now.
About 7 months. Okay. And so, do you have any kids?
No kids.
Okay. Ever been married?
No.
Okay. And so, let's just start from the beginning. So, where are you from?
I'm from Carolina.
All right. So, anyway, so you know, you're from South Carolina. Growing up there, did you have both your mom and your dad in the household?
Not really. It was more my dad than my mom.
Okay. So you
So
was
I kind of grew more up with my dad more than my
okay,
mom. But I mean, they was both there, but shit,
but kind of the dad a little bit
more
more.
of the dad.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. How many?
I have one that grew up in the household with me, and then I got a lot of siblings from my real biological.
Before she started going down this rabbit hole that I know she about to go down, right? Something we noticing is a lot of times with these young ladies, and they ask them who raised you. 90% of the time, mom never really raised anybody. Is what I'm noticing.
Mm-hmm.
It's either the grandparents or the dad,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually the streets.
There you
but
go.
but mom, I'm telling you, it's coming a whole deal where mom is sort of like, and she getting the pass for this shit at the same time.
Yes.
Mom is
Yep.
not raising any of these kids. Like, this is crazy.
We got women. You got to understand where your power lies. A man to any child, mom is God. The closest thing to God that child knows is mom. Straight up. I was just watching a clip from the Malcolm X movie when Denzel Washington was playing the character Red. He had his zoot suit on, ran into a brother, got into a fight. And the only thing this man threw his hat, all that. The only thing that made him fight back was the dude said something about his mama. He busted a bottle upside the man's head and said, "Don't say nothing about my mama." And there we go. So, ladies, y'all claim to be so powerful and so great and all this. Look what happens when you don't play your role in this movie. Look what happens when you don't be a mother. Look at your child. Look at her. That's what happens because it's undefeated. Nothing can replace the love of a mother, especially for a daughter. A man can pick himself up and make shit smack. But I'm sorry, I'm not even going to put that on no woman. Can't expect no little girl to grow up into a woman without the love of her mother and guidance of a mom. It's just as tough. You're going to get a butch ass, you're either going to get a butch ass woman or you're going to get this. A rebellious runaway. They most of them rebellious runaways. Straight up. Moms, y'all got to play y'all parts.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Okay, how many?
I have one that grew up in the household with me, and then I got a lot of siblings from my real biological dad.
You say from your biological dad?
Yeah.
And so is your biological dad the one that you say you grew up with?
No.
Okay, so that was like a stepdad?
Right.
So were they married at one point and they split up?
My stepdad and my mom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They was married for like 20 years.
Okay, and so what age were you when they split up?
Probably like 16, 17.
Okay, so you was almost kind of grown by
Pretty
the time
much,
they split.
yeah.
So why you say you stayed with both your mom and your dad, but mostly your dad?
Because my mom was really not in the house like that.
Okay, so what was she like, kind of in the streets?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she on drugs?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
And here we go. Here we go.
See how she tiptoed around that? She get a pass. That interviewer had to drill it out of her. He said, "So I don't understand. You say you was with your mom and your dad, but not really. What happened? Oh, my mom really wasn't there like that. Well,
They was married for 20 years.
20 years. 20 years, and that was her stepdad. That wasn't even her biological father. Do y'all not see why we say stepfathers do not get the respect and credit that they deserve? Look at what this man got to endure now. He claimed this as his daughter. That's a fact. And look at her. It ain't his blood. That has to be extreme torment. Extreme.
And here we go. Play devil's advocate. Because we had some woman in the comments on one of the last videos, and she said, y'all got to understand that, let's say, for instance, the mom left her with the stepdad, and the stepdad may have been abusing her. Y'all don't know.
Stop.
And
Stop.
they started to go down this rabbit hole.
The mom was a crackhead. We're gonna call her crackhead because we grew up around crackheads.
And if this man was abusing her, she would say so.
Oh, there you go.
She would not hold that.
Definitely let it out. Yeah, mom gets a pass. Mom went in the house. Mom was too busy. He had to get. Well, what was she doing? What's her occupation? What was she smoking? What was she smoking? She was on drugs, heavy drugs. Mom wasn't there. Mom abandoned her. And look at the result. Look at the result. Seriously, y'all mothers, look at this. This should be y'all wake up call. This is y'all daughters. This is y'all daughters that's out here. When y'all leave them, this is what becomes of them. These are motherless children. Motherless children, especially these motherless daughters. They all screwed up. They all screwed up.
It's bad, man, and it's bad that that the mom never gets no accountability. It's okay that they smoke crack. It's okay that they get high on whatever. It's okay that they turn irresponsible here. Just go with this motherfucker. You don't keep giving them type of chances to people. Man.
What would she have said if it was her dad on that?
And
what would she have said?
It's okay to. Then he has to take the same beating.
That's true, but she wouldn't. He wouldn't have said he went in the house. Well, how would she have worded it different, Banger? If it was the dad, she said, "Oh, my mom went in the house." He had to get it out of her to make her say she was on drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but if that was a
flat
dude,
out.
Oh, it'd been flat out.
Daddy was a crackhead. Daddy wasn't shit. Daddy was a Rolling Stone. All that. all that bad shit. But when it comes to the women, it's always let me be real protective and selective. It's not cool. It need to be both the same accountability.
Here you go.
You can't keep hiding it, trying to be like, well, she's still a mom. Hell, we still fathers. And a lot of
Yes.
us is good. If you can
Kev said
take
it
in
best.
somebody who
Kev
ain't
said it
your
best.
bloodline, do you know what the fuck the bloodline means? This is more than royalty. You need to know that shit. I'm not gonna never knock a step parent,
Mhm.
but you acknowledge them for stepping the fuck up.
That's all.
That's a hell of a job. You don't denounce somebody. You stole if your own blood do you dirty, mom or dad, it's supposed to be the same. My mama was out here doing the absolute worst. Don't say, oh, she was out of the home. Well, usually when the mama's out of the home, it's something big going on. Quit hiding that shit. That's what's scarring your ass.
Real
That's what
quick,
explains those tattoos.
I was gonna be devil's advocate. What do we say about the biological father? Right? She went on to say, okay, this is my real dad. Had about six other. She said I got about 6 brothers and sisters by my real dad. What do we now? Now this man has to be held accountable because
That's none of.
apparently he hasn't abandoned maybe in all of his children. She hasn't said much. Maybe she will.
Yeah,
But
well, if he done when I had all these multiple kids, it's a strong chance this is Nug Nug. You attract what you are. Her mom was on heavy drugs. This dude wasn't no lawyer, attorney, or seriously, or just a hardworking man. He was the equivalent to her. So this is Nug Nug. So her daddy's Nug Nug, and that's what we keep getting back to that point. Women, anybody could come up here and say, "Oh, what about the guy?" Ladies, women, you guys control access to sex. You control access to that womb. You do that. You control that. And there's no way around that. We can sit here and try to get on these men. We don't have the rights or the legal realm to and forcefully stop them. But y'all can simply withhold your most precious commodity. Just withhold it. You don't have to do much. Instead of trying to get men to go out and fend off Nug Nug. There we go. That's what y'all do to y'all brothers. Y'all sit out there. A woman like this, different situation, different circumstance, will be dating Nug Nug. Nug Nug going all upside her head. She call her brother. Oh, come out. He doing this. And then he come to the rescue. Now he all locked up, but Nug Nug still be back in the house beating the cheeks before nightfall.
These problems have started before Nug Nug, okay? Before Nug Nug got to be Nug Nug, he was young Nug Nug, all right? And when young Nug Nug broke that hymen, it was all she wrote, brother. You out of control with yourself, out of tune with yourself. They talk about all
lucky.
that damn.
They got no kids. She lucky. That's the only plus in this. She got no kids. There's no kids.
Where's the self-care? They talking about all this damn awareness now. Where's the self-care? Where all the women at? Where the women that's supposed to open them doors?
Where the mamas?
Where's
where the
this village of women at? No, where the village of women at? They beat us up. We'll take our brother and shape him up. Get your ass a job. Come in here.
There you go.
Hey, Bagger, that's a very real interesting thing you just said, right? This is going on in Atlanta. Think about all the prominent women, Stacey Abrams and all you women. There are hundreds of homeless women in Atlanta right now. We are documenting this. Nobody stepping up. Where are all the fucking Saucy Santanas and the Cardi B's and the Gorillas? Yeah. Why ain't they fucking looking these people up?
There you go. I love that. A group of men can't roll up there and grab her up and take her and get her cleaned up. No, it don't work like that. But a group of women can grab that woman and talk some sense into her, all that, and it don't look wild. Like, get off these streets. Get yourself some education. Come get loved on. Come get healed up a little bit. Get out of the situation. Women, it's up to y'all to do this. Men can't go grab her and say, come on, no, don't work like that. Y'all women got to step up and do your part. Like Gav said, where's Stacy at? Where all Big Bertha? Where all these big church mamas with all these hams, eggs, potatoes, and tomatoes? Where Big Saucy at? All y'all. Seriously, come help y'all friend.
This is a result of this bad bitch. This is what they do. They so damn selfish. They watch their sister struggle. You don't have to know them. Like I said, any one of my homeboys, if I see it's that bad, where you living at, man? I ain't got nowhere to go. We go fix this shit tomorrow. Wash your ass, you go shave, and you go get a damn job. And you go get the hell on out here. We ain't got time for that bullshit, man. The women, hold them accountable.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, right? So if you're a man, let's play devil's advocate. If you're a man, like you just said, banker scenario, you got a close friend, you bring him in, he homeless, you trying to get him cleaned up, you let him stay in the basement or some shit. But as a woman, she can't bring her in the house around her man, clean her up. She start looking halfway sexy around the house. You see what I'm saying? She clean her
Yes,
up.
you can.
She got collarbones and shit.
She can't.
Walk around the house.
Yes, you can.
Go to work.
No, she can't.
So it's a whole nother situation. Get dicey.
Hold on. I'm about to expose that big B word that we've been using a lot, brother.
Go ahead, Banger.
Boundaries. There are boundaries. You can put her ass out. You can control your man. When the man is married to a woman, he married that woman so they could become one. I don't give a damn.
Banger. Understood, but what Gavin is saying is a lot of these sisters ain't in position to go out and say, hey, I'm going to take you home. And like, hey, babe, I got this girl, bring her in. We're going to get her cleaned up because that wife, she overweight. Her collarbones ain't showing no more. And they will not address the elephant in the room. That's what Gavin getting at. Can't bring her in because she is physically more desirable than me. I can't bring her in here. I simply won't do it.
Come
Big,
on,
So
Big
her
Stacey,
having nug
Big
nug
Stacey
is the
can't go grab
problem.
her, Banger. Big Stacey got a man. Stacey cannot go grab her and bring her home because her man she's gonna be like, shit. Stacey, you about 300. You know what I'm saying? I can see her collarbones. It's just not a good situation. Stacey go out here fighting for the Democratic Party all day, and hubby or whoever at home with collarbones here. And come on, man. Like she already said she ain't to be trusted. We must be real. This is reality. This ain't no video game. This ain't no rom-com. This ain't no movie. It's gonna be a bad situation.
So Banker, what you speaking of is your homeboy. All right, my boy come in, I get you cleaned up for a month or so. You gotta get the fuck out. And like you said, as a man, if I'm on my shit, I ain't worried about my lady fucking on this bum. But if I'm a man, I walk around the house 300 pounds or some shit, and I ain't on my shit, and this motherfucker halfway in shape, he might fuck my lady. So you know what I mean? There's levels to all this.
Yes. Yeah, real rap. Come on, man.
Yeah. So that was the elephant in the room. So ladies, I get it as to why y'all would be reluctant to bring this woman in y'all house and get her cleaned up around your man. Well, let's just call it what it is, though. Here's the other side of the sword. Most of y'all ain't got no damn man, so we just talking about the extreme optimistic side of it.
Yeah,
fucking 60-70% of y'all ain't no man in that house.
Trying to give y'all a leg to stand on for not helping this poor child. But like I said, y'all ain't got no man. Y'all really ain't got no legitimate reason why y'all can't bring her in, love on her, and help get her right. But in the event that y'all do got a man, the fact that y'all most likely, the fact that 80% of y'all obese, the fact that you most likely ain't presenting your man with your best self, you can't bring this sister in. You just can't. She 22. She young. She ain't got no kids. She get cleaned up. Please. Y'all watch too much TV not to get how this would end. All these TV shows, all these fucking goofy ass Tyler Perry movies, they show what happens when she moved in. It's a movie of just about this where the guy was married to some high profile, high sedity woman, and he brought in a drug addict friend from high school. Looking just like this, worse. And they end up being together. So, even the goofy Tyler Perry movies, show this. And it's just a shame. And it's simply because y'all sisters not presenting y'all men with y'all best version of y'all, the best version of y'all, so that a poor homeless woman, all beat down, fucking roll hard and put away wet, she come in there and entice your man. It's wrong.
Drugs.
Crack.
Okay. And so, are you on any drugs?
No.
Okay, so you don't do anything?
Be a little bit at a time.
Never.
One rock.
Never.
Half.
Tried it one time.
can smell it. I can smell it. Anybody coming here having used crack, I can smell it. I smell a little crack in you.
Okay. Do you think that you stay away from that stuff because of how you saw your mom?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, when you think about that, like, I kind of see something in your eyes. Like, how does that make you feel when you think about it?
it made me feel. I mean, I'm numb to it now. Now that she gone, so I'm kind of numb to it. But
I'm sorry to hear that she passed.
yeah,
How long ago was that?
2016.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. And so that's when you went to go live with your dad.
Yeah,
Okay. And so, I mean, so growing up, let me ask this. Would you say that you had a fairly normal childhood?
no, I did.
Tell me about it.
It was rough. I didn't have no normal, regular childhood like a child supposed to.
Why? What was it? What was rough about it?
I mean, for one, my mom was more my friend. Like she wasn't like a mother. She wasn't a mother. She wasn't, she didn't raise me like a mother. She raised me like more of a best friend type. So I was able to do what I wanted to do, and I ain't had no business doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Like what type of stuff?
Anything, really.
Were you like kind of sexually promiscuous?
Oh yeah.
What
So
age?
here
How
we
old?
are, sister wives and all that. Ladies, and y'all can say what y'all want. This goes on so much in our community. It ain't even funny. Well, y'all try to befriend y'all children. And a lot of it's rooted in paternity issues, if you will, to where you got these obviously these co-parenting situations, and you got parents who think the easiest way to the kid is to this is my. I'm always present you with these trinkets and shit and all of that. Y'all doing it all wrong.
She sat here. She said that she didn't have a normal childhood. It was rough. Cause I bet your mom out there smoking rocks. I bet it was super wild. It was wild as hell. And yeah, the term is sister daughters. Y'all got
Okay.
these
Yeah.
sister daughters out here, and like she said, she was like my mother. She said it. That was not my mother. She was more like my friend. Because her mother made that her sister daughter. You ain't my daughter, you my sister. We have fun. Your boyfriends come in,
Lack of accountability on the mom. I
zero
don't have to
accountability.
parent you. You
Like
could be my friend, and I ain't responsible for none of your choices.
like I said, they leave out the dark details. This one no simple like, oh, her mama had a man, she had a man. Dudes was coming in this house. It was rocks being smoked. Understand something? It was wild. Nugno was coming in there and he couldn't miss. He could not miss. The mom wasn't gonna do nothing, and we've seen it. We've seen it. Damn near lived it. Seriously.
And luckily, she ain't got no kids. But thanks to the fucking 33 forms of birth control, that's probably a whole nother situation. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Seriously.
holy fuck.
But yeah, the whole sister daughter phenomena. This is what it produces. You heard what she said. She was more like my friend. Take hard notes on what that shit produces. She's damaged. She's numb. These are this child's words. That's she 22, but that's that inner child talking. She numb. She ain't got no choice but to be numb. Her mama's dead. She didn't have time to address this with her mother. Them demons didn't die with her mom. Them demons is in her now. She couldn't address them. Now she got to live with them. Look at it. It's real.
Promiscuous.
Oh yeah.
What age? How old were you the first time you had sex?
Like 11, maybe 13,
And how old was the guy?
like 16, 17.
Okay, so he's a little bit older.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you feel like that had any effect on, what I'm saying, you throughout your life?
not real.
Okay.
Because I always had like a mindset of my own.
Okay.
So,
I
like
mean,
you
so
just
yeah,
hit
I
on
hear-
briefly, I'll touch on it. Like you said, and she know her numbers is cattywampus. Let's say she was 12, 13. This man was 18, 19. If mama was smoking, like you said, and anybody was coming in and out of this house, more than likely. Now, here we are. I'm no bet man. I want to bet everything I own. The man she was sleeping with was selling her mama rocks. It was some 19-year-old man selling her mama rocks. She's like, you got this 12, 13-year-old daughter in here. And one thing led to another. We all done seen this movie.
Yeah, this is the hood. Like I said, it's dark corners of the hood, and we're trying to bring these dark ass corners to the light. And this is what it produces. Like Gav said, some hustle walked in there. The mama was young, the 11, 12, 13. Whoever that drug dealer is, I hope he burns. All these goofy drug dealers out here sexing on these little girls. Seriously, there is no excuse. There is no coming back from shit like this. Can't do it. And the interviewer asked her, do you think this shaped your life? The fact that you was by an 18-year-old when you was 11, 12, 13? And she said no, because I always had a mind of my own. What in the unholy hell does that mean? No, I don't feel like that damaged me because I always had a mind of my own. So that sounds like to me she's saying no, that ain't damaged me because I made those decisions. She is making herself believe that she was in control during these times. She did that. She said, oh, that was me. I got a mind of my own. That didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Mess with this 18-year-old bitch ass man.
You know, are we trying to do anything to get out of this point of being homeless?
Yeah, more positive things.
Like what?
Helping the community, doing stuff positive.
Well, I mean things that would get you off the streets. So in other words, things that'll get you maybe into a housing program, or a job where you can earn money.
Yeah, I'm doing as much as I can. I mean, I can't force nobody to hire me, but I'm definitely trying.
So you've applied for jobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over 30 jobs I done applied for.
Okay.
It's
I
not
mean,
like,
I
it's not
saw
like
you.
I'm not trying because I do try, but I can't force. Like I said, I can't force somebody to hire me.
I get it. I mean,
You can't walk in there with tattoos on your face, high on crack during the job interview. Call what it is. Ain't no way you done applied to 30 jobs unless you done applied to like NASA, the FBI, the Secret Service. What fucking to be a pro football player? What was you applying for? If you was applying for jobs like I think you was, only way you want to get hired is because your own self. Quit acting like they ain't hiring.
Stop that. And here's the thing. The
Yeah,
world is
victim
sick. There's a hiring market for her. They hire you in the back, have you moving boxes. I done seen it. They hire felons out of prison.
You can't show up high on crack.
Yeah, you can't show up. You can't show up smelling like crack.
Stinking, homeless. Come on,
All
man.
that. You can't show up looking incompetent. You look like you can't do much. You look like you can't fold and tape a box together. So you see what I'm saying, people? Here we are. I'm all for anybody being a rebel. Me, myself, I claim to be a rebel. I'm a rebel with a cause. I understand there's rules to this shit. Like we talk about this woman with tattoos on her face. I did not get tattoos on my damn neck until I knew for sure that Willie's goofy ass was going to be self-employed. Until then, I knew I was going to have to depend on someone else to accept me and to give me a chance to earn an income, and I needed them to accept me. I got to play by these fucking rules. You can't go in there. She got tattoos on her face, going down her jawline, looking all wild, missing teeth. Wow. You were like, and look, come on, man. I'm sorry. That's a crackhead. This poor sister is on some type of drugs. That's a fact that these facial expressions, man, they can't miss them. Seriously, man. They got to start. And I'm laughing because they be lying. She talking about she ain't on no drugs.
See what I'm saying?
I have to believe it's impossible to be homeless and sober. I must believe in my heart it's impossible to be homeless and sober. I'm sorry. And like Gavin always say, don't bring the old police here. Oh, I know some. You know what? I would imagine if you homeless and you sober, you shan't be homeless for long.
They gotta stop lying. Like my man
Be
said.
a little bit at a time.
Never.
One rock.
Never.
Half.
Tried it one time.
Ah, I knew I had. I can smell it.
So she can say whatever she want. I'd smell it.
I smell a little crack in you.
Oh, fuck.
I see you got a certain look. You got, the face tattoos and everything else. I saw you over there dancing and everything else. Have you ever tried, professional dancer in the night industry?
Yeah, but little do people know I'm really a shy person, but kind of not. But like big crowds and stuff, like
I mean, you just dancing middle of 5
yeah,
points.
but I'm saying like going big with it, like saying somebody put me on the stage or something, I probably shut down.
What about just going from customer to customer?
I mean, shit, that's nothing.
Hustling it up, you know?
That's nothing. Hustle is in my blood, so that's really nothing.
Well, I mean, I'm just throwing out ideas to say, like, hey, you know, what are we trying to do to, you know, get off the street? Like, for instance,
he said, when I first saw you over there, you were just out here dancing, broad daylight. What kind of people do we know who just dance in public doing broad day? Just start, just come on, man.
I know for sure. Crackheads. They tend to just dance. You know, they just be outside dancing. The fact that he said that, I put my certified approval. This lady is a crack fiend, and that's unfortunate. But here we are. The fact she outside dancing. If some of y'all don't know, some of y'all live sheltered lives and don't know, ain't seen the horrors of the hood. Crack kids be outside dancing just for no reason. They get high on crack and they talk a lot and they dance.
No music, nothing.
No music. They just dance. They got the music in their head. I would have to.
And if they got some music, that's just a plus. It's just gonna make it all the better.
Yeah, just outside dancing. Once again, I applaud my black folks. Y'all got to be the only people that could be homeless and drug addicts and still find enough joy to dance and just dance and smile and sing. Like, God bless y'all.
That's real talk. You ain't never seen no homeless white or Mexican or anything on the side of the road holding a sign dancing and shit. You won't see it.
Black folks sit there, dance, and we ain't talking about street entertainers because obviously she said she ain't that. She said you put her in front of a crowd on the stage, she's shutting down because she's a crackhead. But when she out there in her cracky world, they dance. They just stay in a crack-induced frenzy, and they just dance.
Holy
and he caught her in the act. That's this. You know what? This is nuts. I thought shit like that only happened where we live. He said she just staying there dancing. I told you guys. I said, "Who the hell is this motherfucker dancing down on the boulevard?"
The mad dancer. Here we go. And I ain't trying to put no crack on nobody, but we just got to call it how we see it, brother.
Just got to put it out. Just got to call it how we see it.
Yeah, if you ever see this, it is what it is. Own up to it. I smell some crack on you. That's all.
Where did you sleep last night?
A friend of mine let me sleep there.
Male or female?
Male.
Okay. A romantic partner?
No.
Okay.
More of just an understanding partner.
What's the understanding?
That, you know, I'm kind of in a messed up situation, just trying to help you.
Do you exchange sex for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you guys have sex?
No.
Okay. So he's just kind of, you know,
basically
platonically helping.
Yeah.
And so what about family? Do they know that you're homeless?
Yeah.
You said it like very matter-of-factly. I guess you said that earlier that
my family, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm grown. So, I mean.
Well, let me ask this. I mean, does your dad in Carolina, does he know that you're homeless?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if he would have happened to see this video on YouTube, what do you think his thoughts, his reaction would be?
He probably a smile.
Why?
Because of the simple fact of he know that I'm a strong, because of the simple fact of he know that I'm a strong, strong person. I know how to get through shit.
Okay.
So he probably would smile. I mean, he gonna tell you straight up.
She all over the place.
He said, "What would your dad do if he saw this video?" She said he probably would smile because he know I'm tough. You know, I'm a survivor, so he ain't tripping off of this. He know how I am. That's that crack-induced logic there. That's what that is. The more she talk, the more that crack smoke gonna start to radiate.
Line talking about, do you exchange sex? Some man just let me sleep there.
Yeah, that's it.
The cap. I'm sorry. There's a lot of simps in the world. We understand. Seriously. But come on, ain't nobody just letting you come crash on their couch. Not no brother. We know what the deal is. Call what she lying about everything. You on drugs? No. You exchanging sex for shelter? No. And come on, you trying to create this pleasant experience that you know is dark.
And understand, if she was to encounter some big goofy simp brother that's like, come on, babe, let me, you could just stay in the garage or whatever, something like that. If he's really that gullible and sweet, eventually she's simply going to burglarize his house. It ain't no win here. Only person that's safe around her is a predatory, goofy, evil motherfucker. But somebody coming nice with some good intentions, really just trying to be nice and all, you know what I'm saying, whatever. What is it? Charitable. Some brother trying to be charitable and kind and do as Jesus would. She gonna rob and burglarize that brother. That's a fact. Yeah, so I say that to say that's cap. She ain't with this dude. She ain't standing on his couch, and if she has, he's a mark. If this dude exists, and if she's telling the truth with her crack-a-do self, that dude is just simply a mark, and she gonna get him, and she done got everybody else.
Type shit, you know what I'm saying? So he probably wouldn't feel no type way. That's just being honest.
Absolutely.
Just because the shit that I did over time, you know what I'm saying, that fucked up the trust.
I mean, definitely sounds like you're self-aware, and kind of understand, why you're in this situation. And I guess I would, definitely love to hear, you're 22, a more solid plan on how we're gonna, kind of gonna get out. But I mean, at this point, I guess you feel like you're just.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do nothing but try. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
But hopefully, I'll overcome this situation sooner or later, and I'll be where I want to be.
Absolutely. Has there been any history of mental health diagnosis or anything like that?
Yes, but as I got older, it's more controls. I have more.
So this was a younger diagnosis?
Yeah,
what was the diagnosis?
ADHD, bipolarness.
I just saw something online that said that Adderall that they give for that stuff is basically one molecule away from being meth, crystal meth.
Yeah, I don't.
It's basically made of the same stuff.
Yeah, I don't get down with that stuff.
So you didn't take Adderall?
Hell no.
Okay.
She said she got a little bit of ADHD and some bipolarness.
Bipolarness. Not a diagnosis. You've been diagnosed with bipolarness, bipolar disorder. And you know what is crazy?
Crazy than some bitch, I'll tell you that.
I'm so tired of hearing. I hear that way too often, man. I tell you what, Gav. Amongst my family, they throw around this bipolar disorder diagnosis a lot, though. I'm telling you, I don't know how many of y'all sisters going to the doctors and getting diagnosed with bipolarness. Bipolar, y'all got to stop. And then she gonna say, "Oh yeah, I got mental health issues, but as I got older, they got better. They're not as bad. I'm homeless. I got tattoos on my face. I'm all a wreck, a complete wreck. I hope I can get out of this situation, but I'm much better now. Only do the best I can. Everybody I come in contact with, I fuck up the trust. I rob, I steal, I cheat, smoke some crack, all that. I do all of the above, but hopefully one day, probably, maybe, I may have a chance of thinking about getting out of this situation, kind of, sort of, whatnot, what have you. Sick Hoodoo, man.
Wow.
Yeah, you right. A lot of these women, a lot of African American women are being diagnosed with bipolar, and they go to these doctors. Obviously, they getting paid. They prescribe them medication, and a lot of it's coming straight out of. They call it, postpartum, single parenting, so they can act like this is a normal and I don't need no man. And you see these women on Instagram, your favorite Instagram and the greatest pictures. Tell these women to show you their medicine cabinet. You understand? Y'all got to understand. This is a whole issue. And I get it. Y'all think y'all can do this on y'all own and y'all can't. Y'all trying to laugh through this, but like Willie always said, go ahead and ring them pillowcases out. We know what's going on that night. So it's like y'all like Harvey Dent out here. You're two-faced. I don't,
bipolar and all that, and then they blame. It's a lot of blaming, man. Like, and I'm gonna say it because they use these epidemics of, all right, I got postpartum. They say that, but then they be out in the goddamn club. As soon as the baby come out that ass.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? I thought you was bipolar. Go get the help. These motherfuckers want to be ratchet as hell. They ain't none of that, man. Ain't none of that medicine. They don't put you under no damn.
As the go biblical, like Willie always says, it's a lack of education. can you blame these women for what they simply do not know?
I don't. What is that gonna do for me? I'm not taking no Adderall.
Well, a lot of people took that as that's what they was prescribed for ADHD.
That's probably what they was prescribed, but not me. I don't do that stuff.
Okay. All right. One more question. So let me ask this. So you're still fairly young, but I'm gonna ask this question. So if you could get in a time machine, right, and you could go back to any age that you ever was, okay? And so you got to imagine you're gonna pop out of a portal. You're gonna look exactly how you look now, and you're going back to a younger version of you, and you're only gonna have 30 seconds to be back in this past, okay? To try to change the course of this outcome that you have right here. And so, what age would you go to, and what would you tell yourself in those 30 seconds to try to change this situation?
I'd probably go back to when I was like 17.
Okay. And so, what would you tell yourself?
Just, for me to not be in the situation I'm in now. Just I'm not going to change myself for nobody. I really don't know how to answer that question. That's something I have to think on.
I mean, it's a question that does, incite, kind of a thought.
Right. That's why I said I would have to think on it.
Thoughtfulness about kind of how this could be different, that's kind of the point, is to, kind of go.
He said, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self, give your younger self any kind of warning, any kind of advice to avoid your current situation. For one, he said, which age would you go back to? I'm thinking she's going to say 11, 12, 13, whenever she was out here getting stoned. God bless her. She said, I'm going to go back to 17. And then even when I go back there, I'm simply going to look at myself and say, hey, 17-year-old me, don't end up like this. That is not information. That is not a warning. Say, hey, don't lie to this person. Don't steal that from this person. Don't cheat this person. You know what I'm saying? Don't start smoking little white rocks because it ain't the move. What would you tell yourself to avoid this? And she said, I have to think about that. Here we are. The fact that you have yet to analyze your situation and you ain't had that thought like, damn, I wish I could go back and tell myself this and that. That should have been a very easily answered question. She talking about she got to think about it. She ain't got to think about it. She refuses to think about it because she has given up any kind of, I hate using the word, but she has given up any kind of hope for the future. This is a hopeless individual. Yeah, she ain't got nothing definitive to tell her younger self. Come on, I can think of a bunch. Like I said, I gave you a list. For one, stay away from the little white rocks. Seriously, do that. Stop cheating. Stop stealing from people. Stop robbing folks. You just said you done caught charges. You done been in and out of jail. Last time you was in jail was 7 months ago. Come on, little sister. Stop.
Rough life, man. Rough choices.
Rough life they put on themselves. Real rough shit. Life. I just can never get with that.
It's become the norm. You know what I'm saying? We got lucky to be around some super strong men who took time, because it's not always your daddy that got to do it. It ain't always your solid uncle that's related to you, strong by blood, got to do it. It's always other individuals.
We had some banger. I know you're talking about coaches and that. Definitely had some good influences for sure. And as time go on, banger, I'm pretty sure your perspective is going to change on what you just said. But we definitely had some good influences that helped us out, But at the end of the day, it's up to the individual, banger, because, we can have people not helping us out and giving it all we want. But if it ain't in you, if it ain't in Banger, if it ain't in Willie, it don't matter. It don't matter. It got to be in the person. You see what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. It's our choices. We make these choices. And coming from where we from, I sound like Anthony Hamilton. Coming from where we from, we can speak on this. You know what I'm saying? It's together, combined, Banger, me, you and I, and Gavin too. We have got dozens of excuses, viable excuses on why we should be incarcerated in a grave, doing real bad. We got a lot of legitimate excuses and reasons why we could be out here all screwed up. So our judgment should have some weight to it. Our criticism, and even though it may not be perceived that, this love, should have some weight to it, because we ain't talking, from a place of privilege. We ain't well-to-do suburban kids. That ain't the case. We've seen these evils. We've smelt them and tasted them. We know what this is.
So that it boiled down to your choice. I mean, having both examples. So, I do agree. I strongly agree. But and at the end of the day, I got a choice. You got a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want shit, you won't get shit. It's gotta be real. You don't want it, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't hungry, you ain't gonna eat. You ain't thirsty, you ain't gonna drink.